So like all music groups, B2K has had internal conflict with each other, but clearly you guys have passed all of that now. You guys are grown men now. I'm sure you've learned how to handle conflict a little differently. How do you guys approach disagreements or conflict within the group today, differently than you did back in the day?
I'll take that one. We've all come to a space where we understand that communicating is very key, and just being respectful from of the individual view of things, and we come to the table for the best interest of what it is that we're working on. So we don't kind of be biased to our own ideas and things like that. It was just like, yo, no, that was dope. Oh yeah, that was a good idea. Oh, Boog, what were you saying? Oh, Red. Okay, yeah, that's a good hit. Fizz. Oh yeah, we should pop out. So we don't really disagree like that. It's just more so like a creative competition.
We're building.
We all have a lot of ideas, but we do pick out, the best ones from whoever, offers it. Even our stage people, our production hand, whoever comes up with it.
It's really about the fact that we respect each other's space. We're all grown men, and the fact that we took time to get a chance to know each other as grown men. Because we were kids, and we spent a lot of time together. But the love is there, so that's the most important part.
Awesome. So you guys are, to me, one of the last really popular boy bands, I guess you could say. R&B groups pretty much don't exist anymore. I feel like Day 26 may have been the only group to come out after you guys to do anything, to be real with you. And Pretty Ricky. What do you think contributes to that lack of groups today? Like, everyone's so focused on the solo star. Why do you think there's so few groups today that compared to the 90s and the early 2000s?
I'll start because I know everybody has something to say about it. The economy, the physical CD going away, the streaming, the downloading, the companies in the industry, they've changed their methods, they've changed their formulas. Paying for guys, in this day and age, well, it's getting better now, but when it was really going through bad time, it just wasn't enough money. The deals changed, They became smaller. If you don't know what a 360 deal is, it's not really a lot of money. So you have a lot of time to develop, and groups like this need artist development and studio time to really get the albums together. And people putting out albums every other month, So I think that was a contributing factor to why groups kind of went away, and it's been now more so like single artists. I got a single, put it out.
And I think too, it has to do with the camaraderie. There's not a lot of that today. Everybody's on social media and wants to be, look at my followers, look how many I got, versus, coming together and being like, yo, let's come up with something dope as a unit. Put this out. I don't feel like it's just enough of that today.
Yeah, I also feel like naturally things change, and things change, based upon your perspective. And my perspective, I think that things have to elevate. And before the 2000s, and especially people that were born in the same year as me, like the 84, early 80s. You know what I'm saying? Eras, the 80s babies. It's like LeBron, he's 84, So it's like we're just now getting into a space, with our era where we're okay with elevating, and this is kind of like a transition into that next phase of the groups and of what will be happening. And I think it's all incremental, you know what I'm saying? It's like now we get the opportunity to come back and show maybe some younger people that will be inspired by what we have done to be motivated to stick together throughout how many ever years, whatever transitions, whatever differences. So it's just a time for everything, period.
Okay.
I would like to say individually you're strong, but collectively you're even more stronger.
Yeah.
Spending a lot of time in Asia. We've all been to Asia. They spent a lot of time in Korea. Spent a lot of time in Japan and China. Groups over there is a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's very powerful. I mean, when I say it's a big deal, they have like 10 or 12 people in the group. Right.
Yeah.
So
20 people in the group.
So unity. I mean, like
bunch of Wu-Tang.
in the B2K universe, we're really brothers and we're really friends. So we could actually we really enjoy each other's company, right? So we're powerful, and then like O was saying, like, the circle of life, everything is kind of like getting around full circle. So B2K, come back together really is like a big statement that, like you said, was gonna like usher in the new millennium of groups that are coming, because like Janet Jackson came in the room and said that the Nickelodeon Kids Short Swords was that you remind me of my brother, stay together. and that, you know, and I believe that B2K was so, and still is to this day, people wanted to get in between that, and now that we're a lot older and more wiser, we know how to protect what's ours.
Yeah.
What do you guys feel is missing from today's R&B music?
I feel like R&B music is actually very prevalent. You know, especially in the melodious rap hip hop world that we call, you know, rap. You know, everybody is singing. So I think R&B is just taking on a different name. But I also feel like when we're speaking about traditional R&B, we're talking about lyrics, and I think that men have forgotten how to speak to women, and I think that relationship is kind of estranged because what people have to ingest as far as what popularity is, it's very short-sighted, you know, and if it is depth, then it's like a documentary. You know what I'm saying? You don't really get all of it in one, and that's what I personally feel like is missing from R&B, but I do believe that it is coming back.
It is.
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
And just to elaborate on what you were just saying, because it was a great point. In a nutshell, it goes back to my point about budget cuts and things like that. Like, to be able to sit in there with a real band or real producers and play from
Right.
the beginning,
Right,
you know, and build and take that time. You know, they don't really give us the money to really sit in the studio and create that documentary, create that movie. You know what I mean? So you end up using more shallow lyrics and shallow content because you got to get it out.
You
gotta
wanna
out the
get lit
studio.
quick.
You know what I
It kills
mean?
the
Well, you don't have
creativity.
enough time. You know what I mean? The budget just doesn't offer the money to really sit in the studio for 3 months and really come up with a real album.
Oh, got a hot record coming. Boog got some crazy artists, you know. Sorry to
I did
plug
it the
y'all
old
stuff,
school
but-
way though. I paid
but
for it
R&B
myself and I
music
let them
is
sit
fire.
in the studio. It cost me more, but I let them sit. You know what I mean? To where it's like it don't sound like other people's music, and it just had that natural opportunity to be what it could be. You know.
Yeah. You gotta cook,
What
okay?
you know what I'm
Slow
sound like,
simmer.
bro? What that passport sound
See,
like?
you've been cooking for me.
Is that- is that
You know
an
what I
R&B
mean? It
film?
ain't a
Listen,
quick meal.
It's not a quick meal. You don't want a quick meal
You
because
want
then you can't.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you wanna be able to really put, you know,
You
your energy inside it. That's what
can't
makes
do
it
it real
taste
quick
good.
like a mixtape.
Nah,
Rap album, R&B rap albums. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's only because they don't get the time, and
Yeah.
music is just so fast now.
Yeah, people's attention span is like, what's
Songs
next?
are like 2
What's
minutes
hot
and 20
lit?
seconds now. Like, remember when we was trying to get the 310? Now it's like, if you can get the 210 and they still playing it, you got a hit.
Right.